guys, welcome back to another vlog. Today is Thursday, December 8th, so we're just doing another weekly vlog. I just got out of the shower, so that's why my hair looks like this. It's like super clean. I just put my Christoph Robin serum into it, so it smells amazing. My bangs are getting so long. Like, this is ridiculous. I feel like when I wear my glasses, is this better or worse? I don't know. I feel like they're just too long. They're like getting in my glasses. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to keep growing my bangs out or cut them short again. I don't know. This is the longest they've been since I went and got bangs because I've been trimming them regularly, but now they're getting super long. I don't know what to do with them. Let me know down below. Should I cut my bangs or should I grow them out? Anyway, today's Thursday, like I said. Thursdays are my new Fridays because the way that my PTO worked out at work, we have to use up a certain amount of days before the end of the year because we can only roll over like 5 days. So the way it worked out, I had exactly enough PTO days left to take off every Friday in November and December. So instead of taking like a week-long vacation, I decided to just take off every Friday, and I'm loving it. I'm like halfway through that now and it's been going great. So Thursdays are my new Fridays. I'm working today, obviously, so I'm just working from home, pretty casual. I have a meeting today with my boss. We have like a little once a week touch base meeting. And other than that, just trying to finish up some regular tasks for the week. I got my HelloFresh delivery, which I need to go grab. And I think today is also going to be a big filming day because I have a few videos that I want to get ahead on. You guys probably know I've been pre-filming a lot of my vlogmas videos just so I can kind of stay on top of it and not get overwhelmed. So I like to try to be like a few days ahead if I can. So I think today is going to be like a big filming day of a bunch of videos, and then I'll like slowly edit and put them up over the next few days. So I went downstairs to check my mail and I had a package from Girlfriend Collective, which is underwear, so I'm not going to open that one on camera. And then I also had my HelloFresh box that came in. I get the HelloFresh box that has 3 meals in it. So this week I have a chicken sausage and lemony herb risotto, which looks so good. The butternut squash agnolotti, I'm probably not saying that right. And this is one of my favorite meals, the beef flautas. I've had this before and it's so good. So just getting these lined up in the fridge. This is the fridge of a person who struggles with an eating disorder. It's really hard for me to maintain like a normal level of grocery shopping. That's something that I've always had trouble with. So all that I really have in here is like eggs and cheese and some herbs, but we're working on it. Now there's HelloFresh in the fridge, so of course that's good. Okay, jumping ahead a little bit. Now it's Friday and I'm heading over to the Philadelphia Rare Book Festival. From the Philadelphia Rare Book Festival. It was so much fun. I loved it. There was so much cool stuff there. I mean, you guys already saw, but like one of the coolest things I saw was an absolutely beautiful edition of the Divine Comedy that was illustrated. It had an illustrated cover. It was so pretty for a cool $1,700. So I didn't buy anything at the festival. I did meet a guy who has a pretty big selection and like he's pretty knowledgeable about the type of books that my dad collects. So I'm gonna try to put that guy in touch with my dad because I think my dad might be interested in some of his stuff, or vice versa. Maybe my dad will sell something to him, who knows? But it was so much fun. I thought it was super cool. 10 out of 10 would definitely go again. I'm gonna look up and see if they have it like multiple times a year or if it's just once a year. There was also a guy there who owns a bookstore in an Annapolis that I used to go to all the time when I lived in Annapolis. So that was really fun to see him and like talk about St. John's a little bit. So it was really fun. It was great. So for the rest of the day, I think I'm gonna try to film a little bit today. I am pre-filming some videos for Vlogmas so I can like stay a little bit ahead of the game and not get super overwhelmed with stuff. So I'm gonna try to film a couple like sit down videos at my desk, and then I also wanted to go up to like the Fairmount area of Philly to film a little bit for my Ultimate Thrift Guide videos. So I'm gonna try to do that if I have enough time. It's like 2 o'clock right now and I'm gonna lose daylight pretty soon because it is December, so we'll see how much I have time for. Also, the place I'm going in Fairmount is like kind of next to Aldi, so I might try to grab some groceries. Okay, I'm home. I had a very weird experience while I was out. So I didn't film that much because this weird thing happened and then it just kind of threw me off my game, but we'll talk about that in a second. I did want to do a little mini grocery haul because I went to Aldi while I was out. Aldi. I never remember the correct way to say it, and I feel like I always say it the wrong way. Aldi. I went there when I was out because there isn't one really close to me, but I was up in Fairmount area, so I went into the one there. And I just grabbed a couple things. I do HelloFresh for my dinners, but I needed like some little snacks and like some other things to kind of fill in the gaps. So let's take a look. So I got toilet paper, not very exciting, very essential. I got some mild Italian sausage. I don't really buy meat that much, but sometimes I buy this once in a while and I'll use it to make like a pasta dish, or sometimes I'll use it to make like breakfast tacos, something like that. I got a salad kit and some crispy chicken. I use these to put in my salad usually. I got some black pepper because I just ran out of this. I got some off-brand I almost said Thin Mints, wheat thins. I got some heavy whipping cream for a recipe that I'm gonna make, some shredded mozzarella cheese, some elbow macaroni, some butter because I'm also just about to run out of butter, some string cheese. This is a really good snack for me because snacks are really hard for me, so I like to just have a few things that are just like easy to grab. And also I got this candle, this vanilla candle. They had these last year around the holidays. It smells so good. It smells so good. I would have bought more than one if they had more than one, but this was the only one I saw. This was like $4. It's like the 3-wick Bath and Body Works candles that are $20, but it was $4 and it smells amazing. I had this all winter last year, and that's about it. So this is kind of like a random assortment of things. This is not like a normal grocery shop experience, but I just needed like a couple random little things, so that's what we have. Okay, so the weird thing that happened while I was out, I went up to Fairmount because I was gonna film part of my Ultimate Thrift Guide video. I'm working on a new episode of the Philly Ultimate Thrift Guide. I already did one for Center City, so I'll link that up here if you guys want to go watch it. But now I'm working on one for like, not like North Philly, but like north of Center City. So like Fairmount, Fishtown, Port Richmond, like Old City, stuff like that. I made like a little map and I've been going to all the places and like making sure I include everything. So I went to this one place first that was super nice. The people were really, really kind. The one lady was like explaining everything that they do at the store. It's like a charity thrift store, so they do like a lot of community events, and like they had all these little postcards and stuff that she was giving me. Like, so nice, such a good experience. So when I walked into the second place, I had all these like little pamphlets and postcards and stuff in my hand, and then I had my camera and I just had like my little purse. So like whatever. Immediately when I walked in, the guy who was like the manager or like the employee was kind of like watching everyone like a hawk. So like it just immediately when I walked in the door, like it had a weird energy in the store. So I felt kind of uncomfortable filming, but I still wanted to film a little bit because like I'm trying to show these stores and whatever. So whenever I film in public, I try to be like completely non-obstructive. I don't film other people. Like I don't want anyone to be in the video who doesn't consent or like know that they're being filmed or anything like that. So normally what I just film is like, you know, a pan of the space and like me looking through the racks and like anything cool that I find, right? So that's all I'm trying to do. So then there's another girl who's browsing another rack, and he walked over to her and I guess what he was doing was perceiving like her size and then the clothes she was looking at, and she was like a small size. And he walked over to her and he said, by the way, you can look at this stuff if you want, but this is all plus sizes. So it was like he was basically saying like, this isn't your size, I guess. So I thought that was just weird, like just a weird thing to say to somebody. And then later when I was looking at that rack, it was like size medium. Like it wasn't plus size clothes. I was just like, what? And then he also came up to me and he said, I was looking at a rack that was women's clothing, but he pointed to like the other half of the store and he was like, by the way, all that stuff is men's clothing. Kind of just like telling me like, this is the last rack that you need to look at because all the rest of everything in here is men's. And I was just like, okay. Like it just felt like he was trying to police like who was looking at different racks based on if he thought that it was stuff for yourself. Like it was just very weird. I've never had a salesperson like do that to me before. I just thought it was really strange. So I had a weird vibe. I felt like he was watching me. I just stopped filming and I looked through stuff and I actually bought something. So I bought this skirt, and when I took it up to the counter to pay for it, he literally said nothing. Like I was just like, hi, like I think I'm all set. He didn't even say anything to me at all, like nothing. And he like took the item and he rang it up. I like tapped my card and all that, and then he said, do you want a receipt? And I said, no, I'm good, thank you so much. And then he looks at me and he goes, so are you filming all these places today? Because I was still holding like all those little pamphlets. And I was like, oh yeah, like I'm making a video about secondhand shopping in Philadelphia. And he was like, oh, okay. But he didn't, like, I thought that he was gonna tell me like, oh, like you didn't ask me first, or like, you know, we didn't know you were filming, or we didn't give you permission. Like I thought that that's where it was gonna go. But then he started saying, oh, well, do you do reviews on Facebook? And I was like, no, not really. Like, you know, I made another video about secondhand shopping and now I'm working on a second one. And he was like, well, I saw a girl on Facebook doing a review and she looked just like you. Like, I think it was you. And I was just like, oh, I don't know, maybe somebody shared my video, but like, I don't really make review videos. And he was just like, well, okay. Like, he just seemed very suspicious of me and really weird. Like, all of our interactions made me so uncomfortable. But he never said anything like, you can't film, or like, we don't want to be filmed, or like, he was just like, I saw you on the internet. And then he started talking about like his website, and like he saw a link on his website and it linked to Facebook, and then he saw me, and I was just like, I don't really know what you're talking about. It was really weird. And so I just left. But yeah, it just made me feel really weird and uncomfortable. And then I just went to Aldi and I did all my grocery shopping, and then I came home because I was like, this is really weird. I don't know. I felt like I was being interrogated, but like he also didn't seem like he was upset with me. But he was speaking to me in a way that just made me feel like, it was like he thought I was lying to him. And I wasn't. I was just like, yeah, I am filming. I'm filming for a video about secondhand. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm like making too much out of it, but it just felt very uncomfortable. So whatever, I'm home now. I'm gonna go put away all these groceries because some of them need to go in the fridge. And then I'm going to meet up with a friend for dinner. So if I remember to film, I will film our dinner as well. So before we went to dinner, I actually stopped into Ritual Shop because they were having their little 4th birthday party. So I wanted to stop in and check it out really quick before I went over to dinner. And then we had dinner at Pizzeria Vetri. So we just had a couple cocktails, pizza, and a dessert, which was really good. Then we walked over to Christmas Village and we got some spiked hot chocolate and checked out the Christmas tree. The next day I went into DC to see a production of Much Ado About Nothing with one of my friends. So I took the train over. It was really nice. Union Station is so beautiful at this time of year. Something about train stations in the winter. And then we took the metro over to the actual theater. We had brunch at this really good Spanish tapas restaurant, and then we just went over to the theater. We had amazing seats in the 3rd row and the show was so good. Hey guys, it's a few days later. I just wanted to pop on here really quick to end this vlog because I realized I didn't really film an outro, but I would say this weekly vlog was a little bit more engaging than the previous one, but I guess you guys can be the judge of that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!